the industry is very segmented. So the half hour, which is what we call comedy, we don't call it comedy, sitcom, we call them half hours. We have half hour, and there's two kinds of half hour. There's 3-camera half hour, and there's single camera half hour. You need to know all these things because they're very different scripts. There's half hour, and there's 1 hour, or otherwise known as drama or series. So you have to know what you're aiming for. Do you want to be writing CSI, or do you want to be writing, you know, the latest envelope pushing half-hour comedy on FX? So you want to know the type of thing that you're looking to write for, and then you write an episode of something similar to it, and then one other episode, possibly an original pilot. At the moment, it's trendy to have an original pilot to show. These things, by the way, come and go with fashion. So you'll write an original piece, and then you'll write a spec episode of something in the similar vein to the place that you want to go interview at. And then you'll want to get an agent because you can't go in by yourself. Someone from Costa Rica or Nebraska actually can make their own television series now, which is why the guaranteed income of people like me is slowly slipping away into the distance. Because of the inexpensive technology, I did a series of videos with my iPad, cut it on iMovie, and they look fabulous. You can create a television show. And the iMovie app costs, I believe, $4.99, and the iPad is about $500. So for an investment of, you know, $550 and a sheet of white cardboard to use as a reflector, and all of your friends and family participating, you can create a television series and upload it to iTunes. So the barrier to entry no longer exists. What used to be a castle wall is now, you know, a step stool. And so anybody can put up programming, which means that the people who are going to be paying for programming, advertising on programming, all the other things content was used for, nobody really sees the point in paying writers hundreds of thousands of dollars a year when some kid from Nebraska can do it for $550. Now the point then becomes, okay, kid from Nebraska, you can get your series up on the international market. How are you going to make money? And this is the business model that everyone in this town is desperately trying to figure out. The other thing to remember is that the high barrier to entry also worked at the same way that the editors at publishing houses worked, the same way that the A&R departments at record companies worked. They worked as the gatekeepers. Now, we resented them and hated them for keeping so many talented people out, but they also kept a lot of untalented people out. So at the moment, there's a great deal of dross out there, and every individual with a computer has to be their own curator. They have to find their own little bits of wheat in the chaff because no one's gatekeeping anymore. So what we need more than anything isn't so much content providers, we need curators to be the equivalent of what the networks used to be, of what radio stations used to be, of what record companies or even publishers used to be.
Thank you for listening. Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.